first tournament, we've done 5 Triforces required to get into 9, and that's one of the big changes here. We've got 5 Triforces required to get into 9, so it changes everything about the way these runners will play the seed in many cases. This is the first round of the Swiss tournament, so we will have runners going up against runners with similar records, but everybody is 0-0 right now, so it's a clean slate.
Yep, as we've seen, they start in the left corner, bottom left corner. Ooh, Lionel's on where vanilla level 3 is.
Already some nasty screens we've seen here, and this is supposedly easy start shuffle, but there is nothing easy about that start screen.
No, it's not. If you die somewhere like in the northeast corner, you got a long track to get back to where you were.
Absolutely, and the fact that the Lost Woods connects to that makes that screen very, very inaccessible to get to.
And as we see in medium secret, we're 31 rubies, just a ruby above average.
Not the worst medium secret in the world. We'll see how the money is going to be based on the small and large secrets.
Yes.
On the left,
they're both going up the river here.
And we see both of them picking up their free candle from the Take Any. That will allow them to burn bushes and get into the caves that are exposed by those bushes.
And we got level 2 at the Lake Armos.
Absolutely. Now this is one of those interesting dungeons where normally you'll find the items blocked behind a staircase in a dungeon that you can many times access without any form of offense. However, in this dungeon, it's going to be a floor drop, whether locked behind enemies or sitting for free on the floor when you enter the room. So that makes your decision making in this dungeon a little bit different than a lot of others.
Yep. This is one of the few levels that you really want to find first, because your items right on the floor, like you said. Another level you like to find is level 1, because you got 2 items, one being in the cellar, one on the floor. And level 8, it might be big, but there's 2 items you possibly could grab.
Absolutely. Generally, the way it works is the smaller the dungeon, or the lower the dungeon number, the smaller the dungeon, making it easy to clear out.
Yeah. Unlike the last tournament, this is a first quest, so runners should know the basic layout of each dungeon. So
Right.
as we found level 5, so we know level 2 is the moon.
We have an early staircase in level 5. Let's see if that's the item. No, it's no such luck. It is just a transport staircase for Willowsticks. Now, right now, they're both employing candle strats, which are great until you run into blue wizards like Willowsticks did, and those won't work quite as well there.
And that was the burn bush up in Dead Woods. I'd like to mention another thing. The book is more useful now. The book will be able to, let you translate what the old men are saying. So once you get that book, you can go by your hints, get the hints from the dungeons. So early book, that was going to be a great find.
Absolutely, it's one of those changes that are kind of addition by subtraction, taking away your ability to understand the NPCs, and now the gatekeeper for that is the book. So once you find the book, you can do everything that you once would have been able to do without it.
Yeah, it might be a downgrade to the wand combo, but it's going to be better off at the end. You get more knowledge, and that's going to help you more in the long run.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got Bobbing4Fries checking where Vanilla's start area is. And we find some money-making game.
Both these runners still checking these open caves, and we got very squishy blue moblins. That's going to be nice to find bombs, especially before our runners have a wood sword.
Yep. The wood sword only could be in an open cave, so they know to check them.
Absolutely. There are a limited amount of open caves that you do not have to burn or push a block to access or bomb a wall, and the reason that the wood sword is always in an open cave is because it unlocks your ability to get other items that you can use to open those closed caves. So Bobbing4Fries takes an unfortunate death there.
Yeah, he found an any road, so that's going to let him traverse the overworld a little bit better. So we'll probably give a good rating, depending on where the other two we haven't seen yet are going to be located.
Absolutely. So right now we're just kind of looking for that wood sword, checking out these open caves. Bobbing4Fries finds his level 5 here.
Willowsticks did find a bomb shop. The normal price for the bombs at 20. Sometimes you would love to see bomb prices really cheap.
Absolutely. The lower the bomb price, the more accessible everything's going to be. And there's a nice big secret, 118 rupees. Certainly nothing to scoff at there.
Nope, above average, so this seed has some money in it. But we
Right.
still need to find that small secret.
Yeah,
Ooh,
with the
Riz robes.
secret being good and the medium secret being at least decent, we're certainly not going to be money starved. But if the small secret is also hefty sum of money, then we could have a really, really rich seed here.
Willowsticks try to get through these ox rocks. We're finding out, oh, one of them leads to Death Mountain. Eastern side of Death Mountain, that is. And
Back on the screen, he died again. I doubt he
forest.
takes that again. Ooh, not exactly where he wanted to go there, I'm sure.
These Lionels are in a tough screen, some of the toughest screens.
Now, there's a good any road location. Over by the other Armos, he can now try and find that Armos item, which is also a free Overworld item. They'll be sitting underneath of one of the Armos spots that, when activated, reveals either a cave or an item. As Bobbing4Fries is over in the grave side, he's about to check what's in Vanilla 6, and Willowsticks finds level 7.
Yep.
And Willow decides he doesn't want any part of level 7 right now. Level 7 being the largest dungeon outside of level 9, and it only has one item. So it's a very big commitment, especially when you don't have any offense outside of the blue candle.
Yep. And Willowsticks actually just found level 9 in the forest, almost. So that'd be a good note when they have the 5 Triforces.
And I believe there's only one Armos that we haven't seen, and that's the one up in Lost Hills, so that will have an item, as Willowsticks finds a hint shop.
Yep. Probably just track that where Vanilla level 2 is, come back there when he has the book.
Very good movement there by Willowsticks to not take a death there on that screen right south of Vanilla 2 that can be very trolly, but unfortunately the Armos finishes the job that the Blue Lionels could not.
Yeah, unfortunate though.
Absolutely, with as far as he was, or as close as he was to seeing that Armos item, that's a really costly death. Bobbing4Fries trying to get as many of those moblins as he could with that candle to try and force a bomb drop there, but unfortunately, they do not want to cooperate right now.
Oh, there we go. For these enemies, the bomb drops will happen on the counters of 1, 6, and 8. So you just gotta know where you're at on the counter.
And
You could force try to get the bomb drops when you want it, and try to kill every 10. When you kill 10 enemies without taking damage, and you use a bomb to kill the enemy, it's going to drop a bomb regardless.
That is true. So
somewhere to keep that count in mind.
Sorry about that. So both of our runners making early Grave and Death Mountain plays here. Very interesting to see, especially with no form of offense still outside of bombs and Blue Candle.
Yeah, Bobbing4Fries just found his take any roads. Just going to check the coast, see what the item is there, which we know is going to be the prior bracelet.
And an early meat purchase from Willowsticks. That's an interesting play. He did have plenty of money though, so it's not hurting for rupees too bad, especially after finding another medium secret.
And well, he just found himself level 7. Some runners I've noticed don't like level 7 because it's one of the bigger dungeons. If not, I think outside of 9, I think it's the biggest dungeon.
That is true. Level 7 is not fun to deal with, especially when there's a nasty enemy set in there, or if you don't have any offense yet, like these runners. It's a huge dungeon and just one item, so you're digging for a needle in a haystack when you go in there. It's definitely a gamble when you decide to do that early.
And these liners are not playing over here. And kind of sniping there. Bobbing4Fries. Unfortunate.
Yeah, and unfortunately, both of our runners took a death basically in the same place. And a really costly spot at that.
In Eastern Death Mountain, there's not much there.
No, there's not, and that is nice to have that out of the way as a runner when you know that's a really out of the way spot that can have the sword. Honestly, that East Death Mountain cave is probably the most out of the way spot that the sword could possibly be.
And I don't think any of the runners have checked Vanilla Level 1's location.
They have not, and they have not dug out the Lost Hills either, so it's looking like either Vanilla 1 or Northeast Hyrule is the play right here.
Yeah, Northeast, which I consider, I believe, the coast. Bobbing4Fries try to get the screen wrap from the left side, and nicely done.
Willowsticks looks like he thought about buying those arrows, but he decided against it for now.
We don't know where the bow is. He probably doesn't want to spend his money when we don't know where the bow and or silvers are. So.
And he's already committed a good deal of his rupees to that meat as well. We're seeing Burn Row here, another big secret, so that's welcome news for Bobbing4Fries.
And Willowsticks has found a raft.
The raft is the Armos item, so not exactly what I'm sure he was looking for, but it's always good to have that Armos item under your belt.
It has 2 more spots you could check. And we did find a wood sword. It was at Vanilla Level 1.
Indeed. So that's huge for Bobbing4Fries. He'll be able to really start digging some of these dungeons out now that he has a consistent method of offense and get his progress really going as Willowsticks finds level 8 up in the Lost Hills.
And it says, well, no, I'm not coming in here. Not without a weapon.
Yeah, gonna pass on it for now, which I certainly don't blame him for.
Yeah, some people tend to go in, check a couple rooms, and leave.
but it's definitely good to have that knowledge under your belt. 8's a good one to find because, as you mentioned earlier, there are 2 items in 8 instead of just 1 like most dungeons, outside of 1 and 9. And we have the white sword item. It's the silver arrows, but it's more than 4 hearts to pick it up. The white sword item can randomize anywhere from 4 to 6 hearts to be required to pick it up.
Yep. And well, we know it's not 4, so once Bobbing4Fries go up in that area, he'll have a 50% chance of picking it up.
As he is delving into Dungeon 2 here, and we have the Pulse Voice enemies. They are not the hardest to avoid, but they take lots of hits, and if you do take a hit from them, they do 2 hearts of damage, but a timely clock there will allow Bobbing4Fries to dispatch of them really quickly.
And, ooh, a heart container pickup.
So he will be able to pick up that white sword item, which we know is the silver arrows when he comes across them.
Yep. And enemies, I don't think we mentioned is, randomized HP is plus or minus 2. As you've seen, I believe the Pulse Forces were 9 HP in this case.
Not the worst they could be, but certainly not the easiest Pulse Voices either. As Willowsticks has max rupees, 255. Checking this last spot on the waterfall, and he will possibly up A here. Or maybe not. This is just a nasty room in Dungeon 2 that Bobbing4Fries is trying to contend with.
No, I think Willowsticks, he already checked the waterfall on the way up, I guess. So I'm assuming he's going to go check where Vanilla level 1 is.
And that would be a good play.
If he does, he'd be happy to find his sword.
Absolutely. Bobbing4Fries taking this room carefully, which I don't blame him for. He's relatively deep into this dungeon, and you don't want to take a death from these blue dark nuts that can deal 2 hearts of damage, as we just saw.
Man, they hurt.
They hurt, and they're really finicky with how they move, so you can think they're going one way, then they just turn direction.
And Willowsticks does pick up his sword. It only has a half a heart remaining. Just gotta be careful.
In 18 minutes, we have both of our runners with swords, and they will both be digging dungeons at this point.
We don't need a map. We already knew what the dungeon's gonna look like. At least most of us.
Yeah, the map, even if you know what the dungeon looks like, though, a lot of people will pick it up if it's free, just because it makes it convenient to know exactly where you're at in that shape, and you know exactly which walls you need to bomb, and you don't end up wasting a bomb. These Dodongos, not cooperating the greatest with Bobbing4Fries. Ooh, he was trying to get a bomb drop there, but unfortunately the Dodongo swallows that other bomb and does not get him the drop he's looking for.
You can't smash the buttons too fast or too slow. Otherwise, you're not going to get a bomb drop.
Ooh, and this is not the kind of room that Bobbing4Fries wanted to see right here. 8 blue dark nuts, which have very high HP, and you can only hit them from the side or the back. Trying to use bombs here.
Just be careful using your bombs, because if they turn around and face the other direction, they won't take damage, and that's not fun.
That and Bobbing4Fries very possibly may need a bomb to get into that southwest room there. if he does use this other bomb, I would expect he's going to try and use it on the left side of the room so that it can hit the wall as well. As Willowsticks also finds level 2, both of our runners will be in the same dungeon here. Ooh, Bobbing4Fries takes another hit. He doesn't have any more hits left, actually. He takes 1, and he will be back to the start of the dungeon with 3 hearts.
Just take your time fighting these guys.
Yeah, I like how Bobbing4Fries is approaching this. Knows that he cannot take another hit, just slow and steady here, and that is a welcome sight. A fairy giving Bobbing4Fries 3 of his hearts back, and now he doesn't have to be as careful as he was playing it earlier.
And Willowsticks does find the hint, the old man for the hint, in level 2. No use right now.
Yeah, but if the book ends up dropping off the floor in here, you might want to go back and actually check that room, because he will then say something else that very possibly could be useful.
Yep, and another fairy drop for Bobbing4Fries.
Absolutely, those fairies are clutch in this room. Let's see if this room pays off for him. Oh, and it does! It's the bow! What a play!
Nicely done.
That gives Bobbing4Fries a huge advantage if Willowsticks does not decide to dig that room, which is very, very possible, given how nasty it is just to complete with a wood sword.
Yeah, nicely done for sticking it out.
Absolutely. That takes a lot of wherewithal to do a room like that on wood sword, especially after you've not had good luck with bombing the room previously. And the fun just keeps on rolling here with bunnies in a 4-turret room. Bobbing4Fries has had enough of the difficult combat. He'll look for Triforces in other dungeons and come back if he needs to.
Yep.
So we know that with the white sword being silver arrows and the bow being in level 2, that really, unless 9 is ladder blocked, power bracelet blocked, or recorder blocked, we have a very early go mode.
Well, and we already know where level 9 is, so because one of the runners did find level 9. I believe it's...
Oh, you know what? That's
close.
right. Absolutely. So the only thing that could really add a good deal of time to the seed would be the fact that there would be a ladder block in 9. That would be the biggest worry once both runners find that information of bow in 2 and the white sword item in the Lost Hills. One of them at this point knows about the bow, that's Bobbing4Fries, and the other Willowsticks knows that the white sword item is the silvers and it's in Lost Hills. And this is already looking like a nasty combat seed with Wizrobes and Gorillas all over in level 5. Oh, and Willowsticks is leaving 2 without the bow. So hopefully he will get some offense and or some defense and decide to come back sooner rather than later. But for now, I would say Bobbing4Fries is a big advantage.
One thing Willowsticks would love to get would be the book and hopefully a hint about the bow being into. That will probably urge him to go back to 2. He might not like the room, but
Right.
ooh, that Korea kind of sniped.
Yeah,
There.
Gorilla's not too many people are scared to see those in dungeons, but they can be deceivingly unpredictable to deal with. And the blue ones especially throw their boomerangs very often, and they're very unpredictable with their movement. So Bobbing4Fries, giving up on 5 for now. Gonna search for greener pastures at this point. And a very nasty screen to south of the fairy fountain in the forest there for Willowsticks. Decides to go south and not have to deal with those Lionels up there. Oh, and he takes a hit with 2 hearts left. Very unfortunate death again, sending him all the way back to the southwest corner of the map.
Yeah, one thing is these Lionels tonight are not playing.
No, they certainly are not. They're on some of the worst screens that they could be on. Now Bobbing4Fries taking his turn trying that screen, and he has a similar amount of health. Narrowly avoids getting sniped by that blue Lionel, and his reward is a heart container.
Yep, at 8 hearts, that's a lot of defense you got, basically. But now you just need that red ring or pay for that blue ring.
It's always nice to build your heart container count, that's for sure. Not only does it give you more survivability, but it also allows you to pick up the white sword item and the magical sword if you get enough. It's relatively rare with this flag set since you're going into 9 earlier typically, but it can come into play.
Probably if I try to get the burn boy, the burn. And we found level 4.
We did indeed.
One thing is you probably notice when you're in the levels in the top left, the name is different. You get the option of changing it, so that's a nice aesthetic feature to this. It's newer to the randomizer.
Absolutely, and you'll also notice that Bobbing4Fries is playing as Zelda, which that's another option. You can change the sprites. A lot of people make custom sprite sets as well. That's a cool little addition, as Willowsticks will be going into level 4 as well.
Oh, hi, Dig Dogger.
And one more thing that I actually have not mentioned, or we have not mentioned yet, is the caveat of important items now being able to be in 9. That's another new addition that a lot of people probably aren't familiar with yet. And what that means is typically level 9 cannot have the bow, the ladder, the power bracelet, or the recorder. And there's another item that I'm actually forgetting. But all those items can now be in level 9.
Yeah, you got the ladder, bow, raft, power bracelet, and recorder.
Raft was the other one, and it makes it so you have to make a decision once you get those 5 Triforces. If you don't have everything you need to complete the game, as Willowsticks picks up his Triforce from 4, Bobbing4Fries falls shortly after. But it makes it so you cannot actually go into 9, or you can go into 9 without everything you need and find it in 9.
Yep, both of them got the first Triforce roughly 29 minutes in.
So we are actually on a pretty even path right now, minus that huge difference in knowledge of Bobbing4Fries having the bow out of 2 and Willowsticks knowing that he can grab those silvers out of the Lost Hills, but it looks like Bobbing4Fries is about to see that.
Yeah. And we found level 1 at the coast. Raph's location.
What a find that is! Level 1 is the one that you want to find if you're looking for dungeons, because it's the smallest dungeon and it has 2 items.
Yep, it's a win-win situation. And Bobbing4Fries just collected their raft. So level 1 is in logic for them now. They don't know that, but they should find out soon. Bunnies, they're so evil. Yeah,
the Pole's voices, they're very wonky with their movement. They don't move like any other enemy in the game, so they really tend to cause a lot of problems when they're mixed in with other enemies like Wizrobes or Gorillas that are more on a straight line path and conflict with how the bunnies move.
I'm glad in this tournament the enemies are not shuffled to the Overworld. So when they belong in the dungeon, well, they stay in the dungeons. They don't come and peek out.
That is true. My least favorite thing to see when it's an Overworld shuffle like that is actually red Wizrobes on the Overworld. Those things will just pop up without you even having a chance to react, as we find the blue boomerang in 1.
That's their rear model.
As we have Bobbing4Fries going into 8 here. Finds a staircase. And it's the red candle. And now that will give Bobbing4Fries a little bit of range and a little bit of consistent grouping offense, crowd controlling, if you will. So he'll be able to hit multiple enemies with that red candle as long as they can be damaged by it.
And I didn't catch where level 8 was.
Level 8 is also in the Lost Hills, I'm pretty sure. I was watching level 1 for that item find as Bobbing4Fries went in to the level, so I didn't catch exactly which screen.
And we got Lamo's Speedy Variety.
Ooh, those are not fun to deal with, especially in that room where your path is so constricted to avoid them.
And we have a book for Bobbing4Fries in 8, so red candle and the book in 8.
The book is very nice, even though he's about to find, in all likelihood, the white sword item that he needs.
Was that Dig Dogger blue?
I'm sorry?
That Dig Dogger, I swear, just turned blue.
I missed that.
But we got a red candle in level 1 on the floor, so I'm assuming that's why the Dig Dogger turned blue. Because I just looked up at it, it's like, that's weird. So we got a inferior model and a red ring in 1.
Oh, did we find the red ring? Oh, we did. I missed that. I was watching Bobbing4Fries at that point. So we got a red ring on the floor in 1. But well, as I was saying, though, the book can come in really handy in 9 because there are hints that can be available as to where Ganon will be and where Zelda will be, as Bobbing4Fries finds another staircase.
Yeah, according to chat, yeah, the reason the dogger did turn blue is because the red ring was on the floor, and that changes the sprites up a little. That was kind of funny to see, though, but that's what I thought happened. Never seen it, but it's kind of funny.
So Willowsticks collects his Triforce out of 8, walks by that power bracelet on the coast again without being able to pick it up, and he'll go right back into 7. This is an interesting play.
Yep, 7 being the largest dungeon, my least favorite. So,
yeah,
for me, I tend not to dig 7 at all costs. I might dig a few rooms, then I leave.
It's one of those that if you can avoid it, it's always nice to be able to not have to go in 7. Now, as Willowsticks doesn't know, he's likely not required to go into 7 unless it has a ladder which blocks a path in 9. But outside of that, the 7 would be unrequired.
Yep. And we did get a Triforce pickup with a Gliok in a room for Bobbing4Fries. That's the second Triforce.
Absolutely. And as Willowsticks picks up his heart container prize for dealing with those blue land molas.
Yep, Bobbing4Fries will get his free silver arrows. 8 hearts is plenty.
And not only does that give Bobbing4Fries the ability to kill Ganon when he finds him, it also gives Bobbing4Fries a ton of offense.
Oh,
Yeah,
the staircase is a transport. But there's a Triforce on the ground.
That was almost a super room if that was an item, but unfortunately, he's going to have to keep digging for that item if he wants it.
Yeah, I've seen. It seems like he wants them.
And Willowstick's not going to pick up that Triforce yet. Going to keep digging for this other item.
Yep. Also, but since Bobbing4Fries has the silver arrows and the bow, the bonies will not be a threat whatsoever now.
Not at all. And he's looking for the other Triforce out of 2. We are in... I have a feeling we're going to be in full Triforce and Go mode for Bobbing4Fries unless he just happens to stumble across an easy item while collecting Triforces.
Nope. So for Bobbing4Fries, it's Triforce and get out. We don't care where the items are.
Right, and again, the only thing that could really burn him is if he leaves behind a ladder that ends up being required. I've seen several of these seeds in this flag set that have been ladder blocks in 9 after people find early bow and silvers and then just hunt a few Triforces and go straight in.
Another issue you could have, as Bobbing4Fries kind of got backstabbed by the Dark Knight there, is keys. You might have to have plenty of keys to continue on as well.
It depends on how the randomizer decides to lay out the dungeons with the key doors. Sometimes you can have seeds that just completely troll you on keys. Sometimes keys aren't an issue at all. You go into 9 with 10 keys and use 2 of them. But one thing that Willowsticks does have a big advantage on is he does not have it. Will not have any issue with survivability at this point. Red ring, 8 hearts. He's ready to go in that regard.
Yeah. So basically quadruple hearts. So he's like 32 hearts in.
Absolutely. He has literally quadruple the health of Bobbing4Fries at this point.
I mean, he does pick up his silver arrows. So now he's got to go back to 2 and hunt down the bow in there.
Absolutely. Hopefully, now that he's got that red ring, that will prompt him to go back into 2 because he's got a lot of it done and it's a small dungeon. So I would hope that that's on the peak of his mind right now after doing this 8.
And we just got a hint where level 3 is. Since Bobbing4Fries does have that book, you got to understand the old men saying, "Oh, did you know this dungeon's here?"
Just making short work of those bunnies there. And indeed, that bunny room that he dipped out of earlier was the Triforce room. Not so daunting at this point, though, as he makes short work of it and picks up his Triforce.
Yep. I'd rather kill bunnies the easy way, and then with a sword in a turret room.
Absolutely. That room was about 1,000,000 times easier than it otherwise would have.
Yeah. Knowing my luck, try to kill bunnies with a wood sword in a turret room. The bunny's not going to kill me. It's going to be the turrets.
Absolutely. You do tend to get caught up watching out for those bunnies, and that turret damage can sneak up on you, especially if you don't have any form of defense at that point.
Willowsticks does pick up his book.
And that could be a big find for Willowsticks, especially if Willowsticks gets the hint about that bow being in 2.
Oh, hi, Goma.
He decides to leave that room and respawn the Goma there, as Bobbing4Fries is back in 5.
I love the sync entering transports.
Yeah, the Bobbing4Fries got a little bit more trolled from the Keeson there, but doesn't lose a ton of time. And luckily, that is not the Triforce drop there for Bobbing4Fries, because that item always spawns inside of that moat, and if you don't know how to sword clip into the moat there, you're not able to pick it up without the ladder, that is.
Yep. One interesting fact is the Triforce piece and the heart containers, I believe, cannot spawn in the dark room. So the runners, I don't know, all the runners knows that, but it's an interesting fact to know. If you're looking for a Triforce, it's not going to be in that room.
That is correct, and Willowsticks picks up his Triforce out of 8. It'll be interesting to see if Willowsticks goes back in. It looks like no, Willowsticks is leaving 8, which we know to be the correct play at this point. And Bobbing4Fries will pick up that Triforce out of 5.
Yep, one more Triforce for Fries here.
Yep,
Where do you want to find it from?
And I don't believe that we've found our level 3 yet, and I don't believe we found level 6 yet either, so everywhere else has been discovered, just not necessarily dug out by our runners.
I don't think we found an item in 5, but for Bobbing4Fries, well, he doesn't need it.
If we did, I did not see it either, so I'm pretty sure we have not found the item out of 5 by either runner. And Willowsticks is back into making the correct play, and this race just got a lot closer.
Yep, just make sure he'll go in that 8 Dark Nut room.
Absolutely. He's got to make sure he doesn't take an unfortunate death or get frustrated and leave based on this really difficult combat in here, because he does need to make his way all the way to the south.
Yeah, with a red ring, it's going to be 4 times easier.
And our tracker, Malagord, is confirming that no, we have not found the item out of 5. And by the way, make sure to follow both of these runners, both doing an outstanding job so far, just burning through this seed. Our tracker, Malagord, doing an awesome job for us, keeping us abreast of what we've missed. And my partner, Sharky, here. It's a pleasure calling this race with you.
Yep, same, and give a follow to Ants here, so... Without, a team, this wouldn't be possible to get. And shout out to, Speed Gaming crew.
Absolutely.
For, putting a restream on.
Absolutely. Now, Willowsticks going the wrong direction here in this too. Hopefully, after defeating this bunny here and checking this room to the left, which I believe he's going to see a key, he'll go back south. Or he'll just see Dark Nuts. And this, actually, I believe, was the Triforce room, if I'm not mistaken. As Bobbing4Fries is going back into 7, making the play on that. I believe we did have Willowsticks find the Triforce out of 7, but not the item. Gave up early on that.
Yeah, to answer the question in chat, the bow was in level 2 at the bottom. And the Triforce won't be in this room that Willowsticks is in, because dark room.
Yes, that's true. The Triforce was in the southwest, actually, the far southwest room into.
And with a lot of voice voices and a turret room. Ooh, 117 for generic 4 bombs. Rip off.
And
I want my rubies back for that.
But both of our runners did decide to pick up that bomb upgrade there, so that's bombs at a premium. And when they're in 7, I don't necessarily blame them because of how big 7 is and how many bombs you can go through in there. Nice job getting a bomb drop from that Dodongo, only to find that none of the rooms are bombable where he is. Willowsticks doing a good job of just being patient and slogging through these high-powered bunnies here, trying to find that item. He'll be disappointed when he clears this room, but he will not be disappointed with what he ends up finding eventually out of this dungeon.
Hopefully I'll stick it out and get his reward.
Absolutely. Now Bobbing4Fries down in the southwest of the Dungeon 7, which we have not seen yet. If it is something that he can pursue, he'll have to use bombs to do it here.
Oh, a nice clock there for Willowsticks to finish off a bunny.
Absolutely. Those clocks are always welcome with those high HP enemies like that.
Always helps. Sometimes the last enemy to drop it and I don't want it.
Oh, wow. There's the ladder in 7, and that could end up being a huge play for Bobbing4Fries if that ladder ends up being required.
Yes. Because we never found level 3. I don't think we found an item in 4.
And now, if Bobbing4Fries was not in Go mode before, he is certainly in Go mode now, as he is in the last dungeon, or he's pursuing the last Triforce that he needs right here, and we will see Bobbing4Fries going into level 9 around 49 to 50 minutes, I would suspect.
Man, easy pickup for a power bracelet.
Yeah, not a bad idea, just in case there's something out there that could be useful in a power bracelet spot, but there will be nothing that's actually required for him to get at this point.
I don't remember if he found where level 9 was, but he's going to find himself at level 1.
Yeah, that's interesting. We'll see. It looks like he's choosing to dig it, which is surprising. Maybe he has a feeling about an any key being in here, which would certainly be a good find going into 9.
But he wouldn't be, once he gets through part of his dungeon, he wouldn't be too sad finding a red ring.
That is true as well. So.
Oh, wow, another good clock pickup for Willowsticks.
Absolutely. The clocks have been generous to Willow in this level too, that's for sure.
Yeah, earlier the fairies were useful for bobbing, so.
As Bobbing4Fries spins a key to get a key. And Willowsticks is in the room with the bow. He just needs to finish up these blue dark nuts and he'll have his bow.
Yeah, he'll have a much easier combat.
Absolutely. Being really cavalier with these with this combat right now, really burning these dark nuts down. And that's the power of the red ring. You can approach these rooms a lot faster than you otherwise could, as Bobbing4Fries is none too happy to find that blue boomerang. Yep. But he will be a little bit happier in just a moment when he finds his red ring.
And we know he doesn't need the Triforce because he'll have probably just say goodbye to it.
Oh, you know what? There were 2 rooms with blue dark nuts right next to each other. The one just south of where Willowsticks is at is the one with the bow. I had that mixed up. So he's got to do it all over again.
Yeah, from where he is right now is 2 rooms south, I believe. So, and the Triforce is 2 rooms to the left on the corner of the moon.
Correct.
And he'll get the hint, level 3 is on Death Mountain.
Gonna finish off these Dodongos here.
Refill up on bombs, and now he'll be entering the room.
And that'll be real nice to see with these blue dark nuts here. And oh no, he's leaving the room. Hopefully he comes back for it.
Alright,
Oh,
he's
that could be
walking away
trouble.
from it. I think he's going to check these enemies out.
Yeah, nothing. Luckily, it's nothing extremely easy that would
You
cause
gotta
him
take this
to...
funny room on.
Oh,
Go back and... if you just go back to the Dark Nut room, it makes it easier.
luckily, Bobbing4Fries is still in that level 1, trying to look for that other item, which we know is the red ring. While
And level
Willowsticks
6 is...
finishes off.
Yeah, now we know where level 6 is, by a lake.
That is true. We saw the hint out of level 1 that we didn't previously see. And that could be the power bracelet spot by the lake.
Power bracelet spot or the recorder lake.
That's true. Getting a very, very welcome heart there is Willowsticks. Unfortunately, taking multiple bops from this bunny. I'm concerned about if he's going to want to finish that other room. Looks like he's going back, though.
Yep. That's a good call. Compass tells him, okay, I don't want to do this right now. But he's going to use his bombs, try to take out some of these dark nuts. Really good.
The next best thing you have to kill, well, the best thing you have to kill dark nuts. The only problem is you have a limited number of them, and ooh, Willowsticks takes a hit. He only has 1 more chance at this, and he gets a really welcome heart there. Gives him a little bit of breathing room.
Yep, you got 3 hits now. Okay, now 5.
Yeah, he's probably okay at this point. Switching back to sword strats. I don't blame him, wanting to keep a few of those bombs. Nice bomb there, killing 2 of those dark nuts as Bobbing4Fries having a little trouble with these blue Lionels. Looks like he's trying to farm up a few more bombs before going in, and that is Willowsticks' bow. He'll be getting the Triforce and looking for 1 more so that he can go into 9.
Yep, that puts him mostly in go mode. Depending on where the ladder is. Well, we know where the ladder is, which was in 7, which he left behind. And nicely done, killing them bunnies, avoiding the turrets, pick up his 4th Triforce. Nicely done.
Absolutely, as Bobbing4Fries is in 9 at 53 minutes and 50 seconds with his bow, with his silvers, with ladder. There should be nothing stopping Bobbing4Fries in this dungeon.
One thing we gotta look for is a single shuttered door that does not open when you kill all the enemies. That's when you know you found Zelda. And a War of Ganon. We're in a room next to where Ganon is. Well, you know where Ganon is. But if you're in a room with a Patra, you might want to kill the Patra, come back in, make sure Ganon's not in the next room. Or just hear the audio very closely. You might hear Ganon. Sometimes Ganon and Patras like to have a warring contest.
Absolutely, and And a question from chat: can Bob even kill Ganon without all the Triforces? Yes, this is. It was explained at the beginning of the race, but if you weren't here for that, this is the Pentaforce tournament where you only need 5 Triforces to enter level 9, not the typical 8. So the gatekeeper for that is at the beginning of the dungeon. So Bobbing4Fries will not have an issue there.
Nope. And one good thing in level 9 is the Gorilla set.
And Willowsticks in level 9. We must have missed a Triforce at some point because Willowsticks is in level 9 now, and Willowsticks has bow and silvers.
But no ladder, so...
That is true. That could end up being huge for Bobbing4Fries. We'll have to see if it comes into play. Not necessarily, but it very well can happen.
Oh, Willowsticks got wall mastered. And back to the start of level 9, you go. I'm assuming Willowsticks probably picked up the Triforce in 5 or 4. I don't know which one. I was into 4 or 5. One of them two. I don't know which one.
Yeah, we just saw him get it and talked about it, so we all just completely forgot about it. That's what happens when you have a race this close and exciting. Oh, and we have staircase over on Willowstick's side that is the recorder. We know that's probably not going to come into play at this point.
Yep, I'll give a quick item recap of what we know.
And really quickly, just before you do, I'm sorry, there's that ladder block that we were talking about on Willowstick's side. Want to make sure we pointed that out before he leaves that room. If that room to the right ends up being the path to Ganon, then that ladder is going to be huge for Bobbing4Fries.
Yep, because...
sorry to interrupt you there.
You're alright. Because that could have been, Zelda in that room. Oh, you need a ladder. Well, we knew that, old man. Anyways, for item recap, in 1, we had a inferior model and a red ring. 2 had a bow. We don't know what's in 3. 4, 5, and 6. Nobody find items in there. We have a ladder in 7.
And we hear Ganon. We hear Ganon on, I believe it's Bobbing4Fries' side.
Yep, he must be north?
Either south or east or west. And it is south.
And ooh, in that sewer room. That's going to help.
I'm sorry.
That's going to help Bobbing4Fries a little.
Yeah, this is the worst room, or one of the worst rooms to find Ganon in. The other being a circle moat room, as your mobility is cut completely in half in here. Luckily for Bobbing4Fries, he has the ladder. Willowsticks will have a much rougher go of it in this room when he finds it.
Yep. So before I forget, we had a red candle and a book in 8. We found the recorder in 9. We do not know the second item. Pirate bracelet was at the coast. The raft was at the armor's item, which was at its vanilla location. And Bobbing just kind of gave Ganon a hug there and died. And the right sword item was the silver arrows.
And that gives Willowsticks an opening to get back in this. Gotta find that location though, as Bobbing4Fries is making a beeline right back to where he was. And our tracker is pointing out that Zelda's door was found. I missed it. I assume it was probably on Bobbing4Fries' side, as we were both watching Willowsticks in that ladder block room when he said that.
Apparently, Bobbing4Fries does have the red ring, so... Ganon hugs are not fun either, so...
Yes, very luckily for Bobbing4Fries, found that red ring out of 1. it's a lot bigger when Ganon's room is an NSU room to find that red ring than it otherwise would be.
I'm still anybody's phrase.
And Willowsticks is in the room just north of Ganon's room as well. Now Willowsticks has found Ganon. Let's see how Willowsticks approaches this without having that ladder. Wow, this is close. Ganon being a little bit difficult to deal with here. Willowsticks gets the stun lock. Can he keep it?
Oh,
No,
he loses away. Slippery Ganon.
And Willowsticks just surrendering that initial driver in order to try and get that stun lock. Has not been able to keep it yet. Finds the stun lock again. Will he get him? No! He escapes one more time. Oh no.
You gotta be careful.
Oh, he takes the driver and dies. Oh, he was so close. I believe he only needed 1 or 2 more slashes to dispatch of Ganon for good.
And Nad's going to have to leave a mark there. Ouch.
Yeah, that feels bad. And Bobbing got the stun lock, but he lost it. Bobbing definitely able to take a much different approach. And gets big with the silver, and Ganon is down for Bobbing4Fries.
Yep, he knows where Zelda is. As chat said earlier, now the single shutter door will open upon entering, with enemies or no.
Absolutely. So when you see him enter that room with the shutter door opening immediately, that will signify Zelda's room. And as we know, Bobbing4Fries has already seen it, so he's checking his map, trying to make sure he knows the path. As Willowsticks is leaving, I assume to go buy a potion. Or maybe he did buy a potion and he's just coming back to 9 at this point. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, now Willowsticks is back in 9. I believe he did pick up a potion.
And it's unfortunately maybe just a little bit late here, as Bobbing4Fries is just about to find Zelda's room, it would appear. You know, Bobbing4Fries may not have realized that he saw Zelda's room based on his where he's going and what he's looking at his map for. That's very possible. And in the meantime, Willowsticks will be walking back into Ganon's room and giving him another go. So this is not over. Oh, and Willowsticks almost got the stun lock again. Deciding to use the other side of the room this time.
You got a little bit more safety. Ganon loves to give hugs.
And it looks like Bobbing is on the right path now. Needs to dispatch of these gorillas here. Willowsticks getting Ganon in the stun lock. No. He loses it once more. Oh, he's got to be careful. He's got the stun lock. And there's a red pig, and Ganon is down, but it may be just a little bit too late as Bobbing4Fries is about to find Zelda's room.
There it is. The beast reaches southwest skull, shutter door opens automatic, Zelda is in an empty room.
Oh, wow. Luckily, Bobbing4Fries gets the clip from the ladder and finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 50 seconds. Get your GGs out in chat to Bobbing4Fries.
Yes. What a race. Willowsticks, not too far behind. The
Yeah,
hunt for Zelda for him is here.
a great race, and yeah, got a feel for Willowsticks too, because he was just out of the money for that one.
But for
Willowsticks,
he has to find Zelda from the south because
that's
the
true.
tea room.
That's very true. So he could possibly bomb right in that desert room. And we're gonna try and get Bobbing4Fries in here for an interview.
He thinks he knows where Zelda is. There she is. But you don't got a ladder. You can't let her clip.
Oh, that's the worst feeling.
Because by looking at his map, he's been into the room south of the room he needs to go to.
He up-A'd. He didn't. I don't think he realized he could have used a key door from that hint room to go south and see if he could get into that room just south of Zelda's room.
Let's see if there's a bomb hole here. No.
And it looks like Bobbing4Fries will be coming in for an interview shortly, as soon as we can get him in here.
What a race, you guys.
Absolutely. This was definitely one of the more exciting ones I've been able to catch this go round.
Yeah, no bomb hole to the right in this room. Sometimes the difference can be a ladder.
Yeah, unfortunately, Willowsticks probably just a little bit hasty on that up-A there. Now he's realizing that he needs to check the rooms around. And oh no, he's not. Okay, he's not going to up-A.
And just go south here and see. There's a waste of key. Please let me a bomb wall. Oh, is. But these visitors is not having it. Oh no. He needs a ladder!
It's ladder blocked. Wow. Oh, that's awful. And it's in 7. It's deep in 7 too. Well, that's and unfortunately, Willowsticks is forfeited. That's unfortunate. You hate to see that after such a good race.
And that is not fun.
No, that's yeah. That's you hate to see that at the end after such a good race.
Well, it was a good effort by him. So
no, it was. He put up a really good race. Definitely nothing to hang his head about, and he'll be a tough out in the 0-1 bracket.
And get your GGs out for his effort now. Yeah, just get your GGs out for his really good effort.
Absolutely, and we're almost. I think Bobbing4Fries. He's in the channel. He just needs to come into this part of it. So we'll work on that just a moment here.
That was for commentating for the first time in this tournament. It was a fun race to call.
And here we have Bobbing4Fries. GG, Bobbing.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. No, that was a heck of a race. Willowsticks was actually in Ganon's room fighting Ganon right after that death that you took to Ganon.
Oh,
And
wow.
unfortunately, Willowsticks was not able to finish him on the first go as well. Both of you got it on your second go, but what do you think about that seed?
Yeah, I think I got pretty lucky with some of the routing that I chose there. I noped out of a couple levels expecting to get arrows and didn't find the silvers for a while. But then after I picked them up, beelined back and pretty much got all the items that I wanted in the order that I got them. And I took a huge gamble and won, looking for either a sword or the red ring, and boom, red ring. And then just happened to get back and I lost my way to Zelda. I forgot about that empty eye hole in the map in 9 after killing Ganon. So I was lost trying to find Zelda there for a minute. So I guess I'm glad that I didn't know how close it was at that point.
Yeah, the difference in this was the ladder that you picked up in 7, which was required to get to Zelda. So, unfortunately, Willowsticks did not go to dig out 7 for the item.
Yeah, it was an interesting path. You both were on similar paths to start. Then you kind of diverged a little bit and got right back on the same path, minus the fact that Willowsticks stopped short in 7 and just picked up the Triforce, never found the item. So that's really unfortunate. But yeah, that play to pick up ladder on your part was absolutely huge. How are you feeling after finding those early bow and silvers?
I was
in 1
really
and 2
happy
and the
with
other
that.
on the overworld.
Yeah, I was really happy that Dark Nut room paid off because I was putting a lot of effort into that. So if that came up
was
empty,
Yeah,
Ooh.
that was nicely done. Fairy drops when you needed them the most. Stuck out, got that bow.
Yeah, absolutely. I was stoked for that, and especially because most of 2 had those Poles voices, so I was really hoping I could pick up some arrows and clear that, and hopefully that it wasn't another Dark Nut room that had the Triforce in it.
Absolutely. There was some really tough combat this seed, some really tough required combat. So both of you handled it just great. Willowsticks, he actually kind of fell behind toward the beginning when he left 2 without getting that bow, but he got right back on it and came back to 2 after he found his red ring and was able to dig out that bow. And it was at that point it was a new race, or so we thought. But unfortunately it turned out he was quite a ways behind without that ladder. Just one little decision can make that difference.
Yeah,
and it definitely turned out great in my favor. That was pretty much go mode at that point because I passed up the Triforce to take that staircase to get to where the ladder was, and so I was like, I can't be noping out of all these levels. I need to make sure that I'm getting something because my combat's not top tier in this game, unfortunately for me. So I was really hoping for white sword or red ring in some level, and getting close to that 5 Triforce threshold, knowing full well that Willowsticks is probably either similar or ahead at that point because I'd noped out of a couple levels. I was really happy to see that ladder right there. I was like, all right, I'm going to go grab that Triforce. This is go mode. And then when I walked into 1, I was like, I can leave and look for 9 still, or I can dig it and hopefully get one of those combat enhancers. And I got lucky enough that I got all the way deep into 1 and found that ring.
Yeah. And we are joined by Willowsticks. So,
wow.
GG's.
Yeah,
Hey,
GG, sir.
Willowsticks, GG.
Thanks. Good job, man. That was a terrible scene. I did not like it whatsoever. I thought it was going good until I saw all the Poles voice everywhere.
Yeah,
And
me
then
too.
it's
I was.
like, I bet
I
it's.
already mentioned it was. We're looking for arrows everywhere.
I found the silvers pretty fast, but when I went through 2, I was like, I bet the bow's here. I just knew it because there was just so many of them and the dark nuts, and so I was like, I'm gonna come back here. I tried to come back, it didn't work, so I had to leave empty-handed. I think I left 2 twice empty-handed.
Yeah, and when you guys, if you guys watch the video back, you'll see just how close it was at the end. Minus obviously one big detail. You both were fighting Ganon at the same time twice. So
Oh man, and look at that
was
Ganon room without the ladder. It was.
yeah, that was extremely
Yeah, I can't even believe
impressive.
without the ladder.
Well,
That's I had a hard enough time with the ladder.
Yeah, but I'm glad the Ganon fight didn't cost me. I mean, it's completely ladder blocked, so.
absolutely.
Ladder was required for Zelda, sadly.
And
Wait.
where was it at? In 7, you said?
Yeah, 7.
You had to take
Seven
the
if you-
transport staircase in that Triforce room, go to the south, and there was a few rooms up north from that, I believe.
I
Yeah.
thought about digging 7. I really did. I was like, no, I'm going to go up to 8, dig 8, because I needed to go up there anyways to get the silvers, and 8 has 2 items. Yeah, those were just junk, so.
Yeah, we could tell that you wanted to dig out that 7. You were digging out all those rooms out around the Triforce, and you went into that transport staircase, but then you ducked back out. That was at the time you were in 7 quite a ways before Bobbing was, so we didn't know that was gonna end up like it did.
Well, had I gotten the ladder, I probably would have went to 5 and spent a ton of time there. So I don't know.
Well, you both gave us an extremely exciting race tonight. That's for sure.
Yep.
It was definitely one of the more exciting ones that I've seen. You know, my whole time watching these, so it was a privilege to be able to call it.
And it's only week 1 of the tournament, so we got a lot of action in the next 4.5 weeks of this.
Yeah, I gotta practice up. I died way too many times at the very beginning. I even started getting tilted, like picking up coins when or picking up secrets when I was at max coins, and yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's something that can happen pretty easily in these tournament races when you're just going against one person. The nerves are there. You're watching for that dot done in the IRC. But I will tell you that you're certainly not going to be a name that anyone wants to see next round in the 0-1 bracket. That's something I can assure you.
Thanks, and good job, Bobby. Sheesh, really good race.
Oh yeah,
I can't wait
thanks.
to watch it back and see what you
Oh,
did and what
I
your
think I'm
thought
doing
process.
that right after we get out of here.
Absolutely, you should. It was a really good one, and
So-
It was fun to
definitely
call.
entertained everyone who's watching it.
Yeah.
So I'll ask my partner, Sharky. Do you have any other questions for our runners tonight?
Not really, but if you guys haven't, give these runners a follow. They put on a great show for you guys. Made a good
Absolutely.
race. And Matagord for, the tracking behind the scenes. Also give them a follow, as well as my partner, Ants here, so.
Absolutely, and give Sharky a follow. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure calling this race with you, Sharky. I doubt I'll have the pleasure of calling a better one this tournament. So it's definitely starting on a high note. So
Hope to do
thanks
more
all
commentary.
involved. Absolutely, myself as well. So thanks, GG to the runners. Thank you very much for a great performance, GG, and thank you to Speed Gaming and to our trackers and everyone involved in making it happen. I'm Antlers, and for my partner Sharky, we're going to go ahead and let you all go. Thanks for tuning in tonight.
Till next time, guys.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you.